Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today I am joined by the new project bike. I've been teasing this a little bit on my social media, and this is a 2011 Honda CBR1000rr, also known as the FireBlade. And this is a crash damaged example that I picked up on an eBay auction. It's a little bit tatty here and there, it needs fixing up. It's a project bike, so that's basically what this series is going to be. It's basically going to be me just fixing up this bike ready for road and possibly a little bit of track use next year. So just a little bit more about this bike. It is actually a 2011, as I said. It's 1000cc, it's a Honda, it has 30,000 miles, and in the UK it is known as a Category N, which is non-structural. Basically just means it's been written off by the insurance company because it's deemed too expensive or more than the bike is worth to repair it, non-economical, I believe they call it. And I bought it on eBay for £2,550, which I think is a pretty good deal, all things considered. If this hadn't been crashed or it was a cat, I'd value this at probably around £4,000 to the right buyer. I bought it for 2.5. It probably needs a grand worth of parts to get it roadworthy again. So, maybe in my bike math brain, I've saved around £500, but I wanted a winter project for the channel, so here we are. So if we have a little walk around the bike, we can kind of go through all of the little bits of damage. So here's probably the worst on the fairing. Obviously the front is a bit smashed in. I've no idea what kind of collision it was in because there's damage here, there's damage each side. I think the worst is here because the exhaust is smashed in, but obviously this mirror is effed, the light as well. We've got a little bit of damage down here. This side looks basically untouched, minus this indicator here. Mirror's smashed, bar end's gone. This is the worst of it. So the engine case has suffered a little bit here, but I'm going to get some nice covers for that anyway. The peg's gone. This is bent. Exhaust is knackered. And that's kind of really the extent of the damage. So the bike does run. It works. The engine's fine. If I put the key in it, God, jam it in there. It doesn't start. So I've had it started off a jump pack, and this little green sticker means the engine runs from the company that I bought it from. However, the battery's knackered. So the one thing that I have got today is a battery, and I think that's the first thing we're going to do, is get the battery swapped over and start it up. So here is the battery. My dog's going to be running around and joining us as well, being a nuisance. This is actually a whole lot smaller than the one that's in there, so there might be some weight savings as well. But before we get into that, just a little bit about the FireBlade. Weighs about 199 kg, has 180 brake horsepower, 1000cc, and it's a bit of a weapon. So this is actually my first 1000cc bike. They're quite expensive, so I thought I'd buy a cheap one, do it up, save a bit of money. Insurance is going to be a bitch on this, but that's all part of the fun. So let's basically get it started up and get this battery on. Okay, so first things first is we're going to get the seat off. I made a change to the mask because I didn't really want to wear the helmet. It's a little bit stuffy. This battery strap wasn't even on when I bought the bike. And we got to get some stuff out of the way. So it actually came with, it's called a cordona or condona. It's like a quick shifter. So happy about that. That is going to have to kind of come out of the way. You know what, I could unplug it, but that looks like a pain in the ass to unplug. So on top of the battery terminal, we've just got two Phillips heads. So I'm going to get them undone now. Okay, so we've also got a trickle charger here connected to the positive side of the terminal. Just going to leave that out of the way. And then we can get our negative terminal off. And there we go. The battery is out. Because it was on its side, I thought it was a lot bigger than this one, but I'm pretty sure they are the exact same. Yeah, they are the exact same. So fitment is not going to be an issue. So we do have a strap as well, which I want to... Oh, that's why. Okay, that sits there like that. That's fine. So with the old battery, make sure you're disposing of these properly. I'm going to take mine down to the local recycling centre. Definitely not going to put it in my green bin. Okay, so with the new battery, we've got these little fittings. Really? You want to go inside? Go on in. In you go. Fucking dogs. Okay, so You can just look at the old one and see how the fittings went in. They kind of just slot in the side. And because the batteries, I think it's like that, your little screws will just go in the top. The previous one had odd screws, which is always a good sign. But we're going to make sure we're putting in the nice new ones. Okay, so let's get our battery in. We've got the battery strap as well. Trying not to touch the terminals together and shock myself. So I'm going to actually put this in first. So it actually goes down there onto that little hook. When my dad was looking at this, he did say, yeah, that's going to be a pain. So I'm going to get some needle nose pliers and make sure we're strapping that in. Oh my God. Okay, cool. And by some Christmas miracle, we strapped it in so it's not going to shake about. Okay, so let's get our nice new screws. Now we'll start with a negative. So let's get our little charger on first. Okay, and that's our negative going on. Not too tight, don't want to round anything. And then let's do our positive as well. Okay, and there we go, all tightened up. Let's put our cover on as best as we can. It's a bit awkward with this charger there. It kind of blocks the terminal. Not a lot we can do about that, but let's tuck our quick shifter back down there. So the seat, yeah, the seat can just chill like that. So this is my first time actually hearing it myself. So yeah, I've been told it's loud. That's all I know. God, this barrel is so shit. We're in neutral. It's pretty loud. I'm going to wait for it to finish its warm-up cycle and then give it a couple of revs. Okay, yeah, safe to say it's pretty fucking loud. My bad word, he was spot on. The annoying thing is though, it's I don't know if you can see, but it is got a, pretty sure it's got a decat on it, you know, straight through. Don't really want to buy a whole new exhaust. I just want to buy this this damaged bit here, and I think a mid pipe as well. But maybe down the line, if my ears are suffering, I'll be getting a full system with a cat back in. But so yeah, I think next steps, I'm just going to basically just start stripping all the damage off the bike so that I can, you know, get stuff ordered. I can already see parts like this that I know I can order straight away. But for now, yeah, let me see how much I get stripped off in this video. I'm going to possibly time lapse it on one of the GoPros, and yeah, I'll check back in with you shortly. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that is everything stripped off that needs to be stripped off. Took me about an hour, a little over an hour to basically strip, detach everything. So we've taken the heated grips off, for example, because they were effed. I wanted to keep them on, just because it's a little nice thing to have, but they were just destroyed. Need to get a new throttle tube, or basically just a new throttle, because this is now not returning since taking the thing off. I've snipped off the wires for the cable here, but there's a bit of solder exposed, so I'm just going to tidy that up. Bit of a bodge job from the previous owner, but that's how things are with bikes like this. I had a little bit of an issue with the light. Couldn't actually disconnect that, as the cables for this is the number plate light. They actually come. No, me fucking nuts. Ah, bastard. The nuts have fallen off the table. The cables actually go through here and are joined into this cable, so I'm gonna have to figure that out another time. We only snapped one bolt, and that was this one here for the rear hugger. Kind of annoyed about that. Not really a way around it, but I'm gonna drill it out, re-tap it, and we'll be good as gold. So the front light unit was actually a housing for some hibernating wasps, so that's great. I'm going to leave them in there. What else have we had? The exhaust come off nicely. All this side bit came off pretty good. Same with the front. All the wiring's good. The only other bit of damage was this bracket for the fairing is snapped, but it's a little piece of plastic. It might come with a new one in the new fairing kit, but we'll see. I'm sure it won't be that expensive. Everything else is good. Obviously, it's going to need, don't know if you can see it, it's going to need a new sprocket because those teeth are very sharp and on their last legs. I did also take out, obviously the tail tied in indicators, but there is a chain oiler which I ripped out as well. So yeah, no need for that. That can stay gone. There's the Oxford grips. Broke this one getting it off, but I had to cut the cable, but don't really care because they're mashed anyway, so they'll be going. What else? I think that's kind of it really. Tidied some stuff up around here. Here's all the parts that came off. Obviously the fairings are shagged. This is all broken. Belly pan's actually all right, so I might sell that. Tank's okay, can sell that. This, I think, is the only piece that doesn't come with the new fairing, so I'm going to keep that. Front mudguard's good. Screen's good. Some of the other stuff, this is all good. Also some weird damage as well with the air boxes. I need that. They were cut open for some stupid reason, even though there's nothing in there anyway. Both were cut open, so might get some new ones of those. But yeah, that's kind of it really. It's loud as fuck now I've got the exhaust off, but we're not going to be starting it up. But I think in the next episode, what I'm going to be doing is basically giving it a detail, like a really nice clean, getting it all, you know, all tidied up around here. Basically have everything ready for new parts to go on. And I think that's going to be like a week from me posting this first episode. So going to wait for some parts to come as well. I'm going to get to ordering those tonight. I have my parts list here. So battery check. Fairing check. I was going to get Haynes manual, but it's not really necessary. Mirrors, they're necessary, I think, because they have the indicators as well. Annoyingly, the eBay specials aren't the folding ones, so I might have to get some OEM ones. We need a new headlight. We need the, I think it's the right one. Then I might get them as a pair because you just can for like 50 quid. I'm just going to get them. I need a headlight switch here, so I might just have to get this whole unit. That's fine. Engine covers. I found some cheap ones on AliExpress because I just wanted this to be out of sight, really. I don't really care about them being functional, so they can be the plastic ones. What else? Oil change is going to happen at some point while the fairing's off. Interestingly, this does have a dipstick. Doesn't have a sight glass, so I'm going to have to put it on paddocks for that. Maybe some crush bungs as well. And then we're going to do a tail tidy because I want some nice small little indicators, and I think they're going to look a bit silly on this plate. And they are going to be miles nicer than these fat ones, essentially. What else we got? Going to get a new plate because the other one is huge. Indicators as well. Need to do the footrest. And I'm going to do the brake lever. I mean, I could probably heat that and unbend it, but I'll just get a new one. Bar ends. We need grips as well. We're going to do levers. I'm going to do the exhaust. Debating getting a second-hand one with a new link pipe, but not sure if it's all going to fit. This is a Delcovic, the previous can as well, which I know will fit, but it's a little bit more expensive, so tempted to get that. The second-hand ones are a bit quieter, so I am tempted to go for that as well. What else we got yet? Chain and sprockets. Going to do pads. Get some locks for it. I need obviously the throttle tube and this bit.
if I can't get this off, you know, to see if it's, because it doesn't return. It returns from there just fine, but there's a lot of play here, so I feel like one of these is disconnected. It's soaking in oil, so I'm gonna wait a while, see if that will come off. If not, I'm gonna have to drill it out, take the tank off, blah blah blah, take the airbox off and replace it. But they're only £35 for a second-hand one. And then the fairing mounting bracket down here, which should be cheap. So yeah, that's kind of it in terms of what I need to buy. So basically, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff. Stick around for the next episode where we're going to be cleaning it up and hopefully putting on some more parts. And I'm also going to be ordering, I think I'm going to order the fairing after Christmas. I think it's like the 20th today or something. So get that ordered. I think that's about 20 days to come. So I think this part, I'm going to do the cleaning and putting on of parts, and then we'll do the fairing. And it should be maybe 3 or 4 parts. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow, all that stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.